Welcome everyone to the CompTIA A Plus and Security Plus Documentation Professionalism 13-minute demo. I'm Adam Sternglass, CW4, retired Army Signal Corps. If you'd like to reach me, my email and phone number are below. And let's begin. Asset management is broken down to 6 categories. One category is in 3 subcategories. We'll start with the above. IT asset is generalized term for fixed intangibles, anywhere from a coat hanger to a mainframe, and in between, office furniture and desks, computers, laptops, fax machines, your electronics, of course. If there's any damage, you'll throw out an old chair or upgrade a PC. Uh, is there any wearing out that's planned or like a warranty for this asset management? Asset management systems is the actual databases, the 3 databases here. Keeping track of make and models, upgrades, and tag numbers are in here. Also, capability. Find all laptops that can handle Windows 11 Professional. Rotating stock. There's toner cartridges that run out, send it back to HP for more toner. Ink cartridges that run out, go to Staples, get more ink cartridges. It stocks and use up consumables. Licenses. Do we need licenses or not? Which are used or unused licenses, can transfer these licenses. Asset management systems. Also, the 3 subcategories are these databases, actually advanced, mid-level, and simple from left to right. Advanced, Acronis is actually a third-party advanced database system. Law offices, financial firms love this. A lot of great security up in the cloud, saving databases in the cloud, or it gives the option to save your files on your hard drive. Tape backups in the cloud, or communications between like the New York office and the Chicago office in the cloud. Advanced settings, of course, high emphasis on cybersecurity in advanced asset management. Real emphasis cybersecurity and encryption and hashing and advanced settings. At mid-level, it's sort of like most of corporate America and most offices. DBase, SQL Server, JavaScript. Here we have like DBase 2019, MS Access in MS Office. This is like 80% of corporate America using a Google Drive, Microsoft Azure, or Amazon Web Services, mid-level communication on the web and on just regular PCs. And on the right, simple. Just an Excel spreadsheet is perfectly fine for a sole proprietor, like a tour guide. Keeping track of how much money he made on one tour, how much tips he made on one tour. Does he hire another tour guide? You can keep this all in just one Excel spreadsheet. Don't need something more advanced like DBase or MS Access. Going below, replacements on lower left. Client sales, people come in and out, new staffers quit or get fired, what have you. Rotation, recycling, again, sending a toner cartridge back to HP and get a new toner cartridge. Future needs, we're going to need more printers. Any comments on that? Priority, the boss gets a more advanced PC than the secretary. And how much does this all cost? On the lower left corner, asset tags is from the office, not from the manufacturer. So it look like an airline bag tag too when you fly from New York to Chicago or something like that. But really, asset tag is like Citibank would have 10,000 PCs for and fax machines, and they would have 10,000 asset tags identifying just these Citibank 10,000 PCs and printers. There's also note that asset tags are not for deprecation and warranty. Manufacturer deprecation warranty, the asset tag does not handle deprecation and warranty. And lower, barcode and quick response code. Well, we've seen these on a lot of consumer goods, anywhere from a candy bar to a car. But you use QR codes and barcodes for the company itself, not just for consumer goods. All Chase Manhattan printers and PCs have their own barcode system. Or the Army, the Navy has a 100,000 PCs and fax machines. They have their own barcode system as well as asset tags. On the lower right corner, the manufacturer's plate. All manufactured PCs, laptops, printers, fax machines. repair staff, support staff sees, oh God, this printer is too old. Let's not bother repairing it. Or we see by the serial number that such and such a printer needs a new scanning assembly and an ozone filter. And that's a manufactured place. So those are the 6 categories of asset management: IT assets, asset management systems, replacements, asset tags, barcodes, quick response, and manufacturer plane. Just to fit in there, asset management system of 3 subcategories of databases: advanced, mid-level, and Excel simple. More specifically, we have these 5 database examples on. We'll go clockwise. So upper left is that Excel spreadsheet. A sole proprietor for a cleaning service or a house painter, or maybe one staffer can use just Excel spreadsheet. How much money made, how much he paid for one helper, how much he paid for paintbrushes, or a cleaning person with like how many mops they got. What an Excel spreadsheet perfect good for that. Above right, uh, a restaurant with tables and customers and staff. Touch Bistro is an example of that. Database made for a particular area, in this case, a restaurant. Like list food by order of spoilage. How long do average customers sit at a table? 30 minutes or 20 minutes? How many tables are empty at any one time? Touch Bistro. There is below that image of the World Trade Center. Well, 20 some years ago was September 11, and there is nonprofit database that we had to make for. There's 150 September 11 memorials in New Jersey alone. Some keeps track of like what is it a county that takes care of it or a nonprofit? Is there an artist commission to make this? So donations for these for September 11th. That's a database in that particular order. It'll probably be done when in VB or DBase. A museum. There on the lower right corner. A friend of mine is a systems analyst for the Naturalist Museum. They have a database for museums that they've used for the last 38 years, designed by a systems analyst in Ohio. He found that niche. Museums at listing, I don't know how many dinosaur bones or or images of American Revolutionary War heroes or what have they got. Museum databases for that particular arena. And our lower left corner recently, immigrants, Homeland Security had to make a database, a far-reaching one. I'm sure it's a mid-range or even high-range one. That's a picture of the Port Authority bus station in New York that took of immigrant men, women, and children. People are people, and a database keeping track of a brand new national event. Now, 3 questions from the CySA exam. Cybersecurity analyst. 1. Organizations like Anonymous, which targets government and businesses on political grounds, are examples of what kind of threat actor? A. Hacktivist. B. Military assets. C. Nation state. D. Organized crime. 2. What type of assessment is particularly useful for identifying insider threats? A. Instinctual. B. Behavioral. C. Habitual. And D. IOC. Question 3. Jason is writing a report about potential security vulnerabilities in a software product and wishes to use standard product names to ensure that other security analysts understand the report. Which SCAP report can Jason turn to for assistance? A. CVSS. B. CVE. C. CPE. And D. OVO. Okay, answers for those 3 CISA questions. First one, A, hacktivist. That's an organization anonymous doing political grounds. It's really like saying annoying college kids or, Republicans and Stems or the other way around. Hacktivist. Military assets is really getting after classified information. Other military weapon information. Nation state is like China kind of break into American computers. Organized crime, like Tony Soprano, stealing, threats, just general illicit behavior. 2, the answer is B, behavioral. It just not normal it's someone staying late or asking too many questions. They question again, what type of assessment is particularly useful for identifying insider threats? Well, let's see. John is staying late usually when he normally doesn't, or asking questions about something that's not really his lane, and that'd be insider threat. Instinctional is getting a sense of bad things happening before it happens, like how to stop something from becoming ransomware, or knowing that an email is a phishing email. That's instinctionally, or you're just kind of like, I know. C, habitual is our routines that stop bad things from happening. We all leave our electronic devices in the storeroom, not in the secure area. We all don't talk about classified information outside the office. Habitually, we just do the right thing. And IOC is indicators of compromise. You see an open door, an open window, or shouldn't be. If someone didn't log out of their PC, those are indicators of compromise too. Now, so 3. Uh, the answer here is C, common platform enumeration, which is standard names on a list of product, like MAC stands for Media Access Control, amongst like hundreds of other names. The question is, Jason's writing a report about a potential security vulnerability in a software product and wishes to use standard product names to ensure that other security analysts understand what's going on. Standard product names. So, like, yeah, that's a glossary, standard product names. Uh, so the answer is CPE, Common Platform Enumeration. CVSS is Common Vulnerabilities Scoring System. Principal items, measurement of a scoring system, like everything bad and good, adds up to passing score is 70. It's CVSS for a Common Vulnerability Scoring System. CVE is common vulnerability and exposure. Common vulnerabilities and exposure. Database of known vulnerabilities, like this PC updates 2 days late with Microsoft. The known vulnerabilities. Not everybody knows the password for logging on. That might be a vulnerability, or it might not. But naked common known vulnerabilities. CVE. And D, OVAL, Open Vulnerability and Assessment Language. Open Vulnerability and Assessment Language. Measurement and parameters finding vulnerabilities. Uh, leaving this equipment outside is too hot for that equipment, or maybe too cold to start the electric car, which he found out last January. So that is open vulnerabilities and assessment language. Uh, Last, SCAP. SCAP stands for Security Content Automation Protocol. Security Content Automation Protocol. Get policy compliance. For instance, FISMA is Federal Information Security and Management Act. That's an example of SCAP, Security Content Automation Protocol. Thank you. Good luck on the CompTIA tests.